Students at 13 private universities in Beijing will become eligible for recruitment into the People's Liberation Army for the first time this year. The Beijing Municipal Commission of Education says private university students will be able to apply to enlist in the PLA directly. This brings the total number of Beijing higher education institutions that are open to direct recruitment to 88. The other 75 are all state-run colleges. Recruiting stations in Beijing have reportedly received applications from about 2,500 college graduates and 600 undergraduate students. If recruited, the graduate soldiers are to get refunds on college fees up to 15,000 yuan, about $2,000. The policy is being introduced in a bid to encourage Chinese graduates to enlist. Hong Kong police seized goods worth $2.7 million after raiding a smuggling operation in a remote seaside village. It's the biggest haul of its kind this year. The goods include stacks of animal furs, mobile phone components, and computer hard disks, which police believe were destined for China. The raid followed a 2-week surveillance operation on Hong Kong's Lantau Island. The suspects fled by speedboat towards China when officers moved in. Police say the haul was dealt a heavy blow to the smuggling syndicate because of the huge amount of goods seized. The price of shares for all 28 firms on China's new Nasdaq-style stock market more than doubled when it opened for trading for the first time on Friday. The Chi-Next stock market is designed to attract financing for small and medium-sized enterprises. The listed companies are almost all privately owned outfits, in contrast with the state-owned firms that dominate China's main stock market. China is home to 10 million small and medium-sized companies. Two of the biggest winners were Chengdu Gia Technology, a digital equipment provider, which saw its shares jump by 210%, and film studio Huai Brothers Media, which rose by 148%. The surge in share prices was so dramatic that by the midday, break trading had to be temporarily suspended by the Shenzhen Stock Exchange, which hosts the new index. China has sent a top-level official to Australia in what is being seen as a move to end a period of sour relations. The visit of Chinese Vice Premier Li Keqiang is the first since China cancelled a visit from its Vice Foreign Minister in August. Sources of tension have included the arrest in China of an Australian mining executive and the visit to Australia of Uyghur activist leader Rabia Kadir. But the Australian Foreign Minister says we're back to business as usual. 10 people have suffocated to death during a botched robbery at a coal mine in northern China. 14 people allegedly broke into the closed mine in China's Shanxi province on Monday, with 2 managing to escape the underground tunnels. The State Administration of Work Safety says 2 others were rescued and 10 bodies were recovered. It's not known if the victims had been trapped underground by a cave-in or had gotten lost. A police spokesperson says an investigation is underway and the victims likely suffocated or were poisoned by toxic gas. The H1N1 influenza virus is being blamed for nearly 80% of China's total flu infections, and most of the mass cases are happening in schools, according to the Ministry of Health. Cooler weather means many regions are entering the traditional flu season. Liang Wannian, Vice Director of the Health Emergency Office, says that more than 1,500 cases have been reported in 31 provinces, municipalities, and autonomous regions. More than 96% of those cases are in schools. Liang says the ministry is trying to speed up vaccinations to protect the most vulnerable groups and keep patients' illness situation from deteriorating. This week, Beijing reported the death of a university student from H1N1, the 4th such death on the Chinese mainland. And that's the BON headlines for now, but we'll be back with more news after this.